Hey guys, I'm Jody.
I'm Justin.
And this is Josie.
Josie.
So we are on our top 60 journey.
We are.
And this video is going to be our numbers 50 through 41 favorite games that we have ever played. Ever played. So let's just get right into it. Here we go with number 50.
Let's do it. Alright, number 50, we're going to take a look at the Aztec Empire, and we're going to be building coatls. So, what in the world is a coatl? Well, it is actually a feathered covered serpent kind of thing, and what you're essentially trying to do in this game is you're trying to draw these pieces from a central board, and you're then trying to put them together to build these serpent type figures. And it is based on, you're trying to do it in certain patterns based on certain cards that you have and things like that. And then the way that the game is triggered, the way that the end of the game is triggered is by the first person that finishes their third coatl, that triggers the end of the game. And then you add up all your points and kind of figure out what your patterns are kind of adding up to and all of that. It's a really fun little abstract game. I really like this game, and I wasn't sure about it when she first brought it out. I was like, what's a coatl? what? No. But I actually really enjoyed playing it. So
it's fun once you connect your little pieces together to create your little snake. Yeah. It's fun kind of moving them around.
Yeah, they're actually kind of...
It's like just like a toy.
They're actually kind of a cool little toy.
It's kind of fun playing with them.
Yeah, so...
Okay.
But yeah, this is a really cool little abstract game. Highly recommend that one.
Cool. All right. My number 50 is going to be a cooperative game of Pandemic.
Not Legacy.
Okay, so I don't mind. We've already been over this. I don't mind Pandemic Legacy, but it's just harder to get games played back to back. Mm-hmm. So, but I really like just the base game Pandemic. I mean, this is just a fun time every time we play it, and it's a good one to bring people in. Because it looks cool, and I don't know about the theme these days,
yeah.
But for getting new gamers in, I don't know how they'd feel about it. But I always have fun playing this. It's just a fun thing to play together and trying to cure the diseases.
Cure the disease.
All right, so that is our number 50s. I want to guess your 49. Give me a clue.
Give you a clue. Building out your habitat. What you got?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Building out your habitat.
This was on your last 10. Come on.
Ecos?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Let's play Cascadia. So in this game, basically, it is very simple. All you do is you choose from a group of there's 4 different pairs of tile and wildlife token. You grab a pair of those and you place them into your habitat. You're trying to build out certain groupings of different types of terrain, but then you're also trying to build different kind of formations of the wildlife as well based on certain card objectives that you have placed out at the beginning of the game. Super simple to learn, super simple to play. A little tricky, a little mind-bending trying to figure out how to make it all work. That's my kind of game. I really love Cascadia. It has been a very fun... We've played this one quite a bit.
Yeah, because it is a gorgeous spatial puzzle game for the whole family.
The whole family.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I'm going to move on to mine, which is a new one to the list. It is a dexterity game. It is one that has been on my wish list for many years. I've always wanted to get this game with the wooden pieces. But for some reason, it was out of stock forever, or I could only find the one with plastic pieces. But one day at the local game store, this game appeared. And I was overjoyed, and I must purchase. And I did purchase, because I had been wanting this game for a very long time, because I knew this is one that you would enjoy playing as well, and it looked super cool. All the cool pieces. Quick.
Show and tell.
Quick, show and tell. Quick. Because look, guys, look at all these pieces.
About to go.
All kinds of shapes and colors.
Just the weirdest of shapes.
And it's just so much fun. And you're literally stacking all these weird shapes on this tiny little
bitty
base.
pedestal that's about 1 inch by 1 inch. and you would be surprised what you can balance
Oh
on
my
top
gosh,
of that level.
there have been some crazy things. So basically, in this game, you're traveling to different cities. Different cities have different objectives. For instance, first one to build, or the last man standing, or build the tallest. I mean, there's all kinds of different objectives. And you're going to different cities trying to get the most points and become the most renowned junk artist.
Junk art.
And guys, this is so cool. And this game even comes with the itty bitty little measuring tape.
Oh, that's right.
Because if it's close for the tallest piece of art, you gotta get that measuring tape out and measure it.
You gotta measure it out.
But every time we played this game, we have had fun. Everyone we've played it with has enjoyed this game.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Again, dexterity game, just kind of anybody can get into this.
Yes.
Real quick.
So I am just so happy I finally got this game. This has been on my list for so long, and that is why it is my number 49.
We're on number 49 now. So there they are, number 49. For the next game, we are heading to Istanbul. Yes, we are. So, in Istanbul, what you're doing is you're taking your merchant, and your merchant's taking his assistants through the shops and all that kind of stuff in Istanbul. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to drop your assistants off with your merchant, trying to drop them off in the different places to gain resources and to get money and all that kind of stuff that will help you to eventually be able to purchase rubies. That is the name of the whole game. That's what you're trying to accomplish. The first person to get 5 rubies, that will trigger the end of the game. And then once everybody finishes that round, then you see if you're the only one that has 5 rubies, you win.
5 rubies.
Or if there's a tie of some sort, then
I win.
No. Whoever has the most money ends up winning. So this one is really fun because it's kind of got this like, you're dropping your assistants off as your merchant is going through, and then you have to kind of go pick them back up in order to kind of recollect and then be able to move any further. So it's kind of this like you wanna kind of move and stretch out away, but then you have to be able to come back and pick them all up in order to use them again. So it's kind of trying to plan all your moves out and things like that. It's really interesting. And there's a lot of different things that you can do on the board, and would you call it a modular board? Is that how it's called?
Yeah, there's different ways you can set up the tiles.
You set up the tiles, so pretty much every game is just a little bit different.
But they
just based
also
on
have like beginner. They have different modes.
Beginner like setups and things like that. So it can be completely random, or you can set it up in certain ways. So
I was looking, and I'm not seeing this on your list last year.
Nope, it wasn't on my list last year.
So interesting. So. This was on my list last year.
Oh yeah? Did it fall off?
But it fell off completely.
Oh dang.
And it's interesting because it fell off for me, but it jumped on for you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, pretty interesting. I think it was very close last year.
Maybe.
I mean, we only did 40 last year, so it may have been
41.
It may have been right there. So in this one, it's sitting here at what are we at? 48. We're at 48. Yeah.
My next game is Splendoriferous.
Classic.
Now, this is a very special game because it's very sentimental for multiple reasons. One, this reminds me of my brother a lot. This is one that he kind of got us into playing.
Yep.
And this was one of our first games that we played a lot that kind of pushed us into the hobby a lot more. Mm-hmm. So
we played this over and
yes,
over.
We played this a lot, and this is probably one of our more beat up boxes. And I take very good care of my boxes, my games.
She does.
And so this one's been a lot of places. But in this game, you got these cool like poker chips. I always love those chips. You're collecting those chips to purchase these development cards by turning in those chips, and then those development cards kind of reduce the cost of future cards because they act as a placement of like a certain colored chip or something. Mm-hmm. And it's just a fun game, and I really enjoy this one. So I'm just this will probably, I have a feeling this is going to always be on my list, just because there is that humongous sentimental factor.
I think there are certain games that will probably stick around for a long time, if not forever, just because of the sentimental
Yes,
value.
but I still like the game. It's still a
100%.
good game to play. We've also played Marvel Splendor. Our friend has that. Now that was good too. But I'm not as into Marvel, so I just like my Splendor.
Yeah.
So that is our number 48. I want to guess.
Space.
Oh my gosh, there's so many space. But a space game you would like.
Deck Builder.
Star Realms.
Star Realms. Yes. So, it is one of the simplest of all simple deck builders. It's really, really easy and really, really fun. It was one of the first deck builders that I ever started playing. And it was one of the ones that, you know, we originally once, a long time ago, played... what is it? What's the
Dominion?
Yeah, Dominion. The big deck builder that kind of started it all off. We played it once and it was like, wow, that was terrible. And then we played Star Realms and we were like, wait, deck builders are actually kind of cool. And then we actually came back around a few years later and we were like, oh, Dominion's actually kind of good.
After we got in some experience gaming, because I think the first time we played Dominion, we were just like, what the heck is going on?
What is happening here? But Star Realms, very, very simple deck building game. It is literally just these cards out here, and we have a cool little play map for it as well, so that makes it a little extra awesome. And so, you know, very, very simple. You're trying to build up your deck so that when you draw your cards out, it can help you do more stuff, and then you can try and destroy the other person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right.
I like
Moving
destroy.
on. Moving on.
Destroy.
All right. So mine is a little more of a bigger box.
Big box. Big box. Big box.
Days of Wonder.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. Ticket to Ride. Specifically, this lovely Europe 15th Anniversary Edition. This is an awesome game. So I've always liked Ticket to Ride. This Ticket to Ride was one of those really early games for me that my brother got me into back into college. I mean, this was one of the games we played a lot in college. And we recently, I don't know, when did we get this? It was pretty shortly after this came out, we got this. I never had tried Europe. I've always wanted to try Europe. And so I was like, you know what? Let's just get this. I've always wanted to try Europe, and let's get the more blinged out version. And I'm so glad we did, because I really like this a lot. Those trains, you got all the different... oh, quick, just real quick. Like, I'll make it super fast. Huge board, really cool board.
It's
but guys,
monster board.
Look, I mean, you got all these tins with all these trains, and the trains are really cool, and they're somewhat detailed and stuff. They're not metal, they're still plastic, but
they're pretty cool.
And each color is a different design of train. And this is just always going to be here in the collection. This is just a staple, I think.
And I'm not a huge Ticket to Ride fan, but playing this version was actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We played a 4-player a while ago, and it was just cool seeing the end product, because there was just so many cool trains all over this cool board. And I mean, basically this game, you know, a lot of y'all know, you're just trying to fulfill tickets by connecting routes with your trains. It's just a great game, and I love this version. Let me just show you this back here. So all those different tins with all that fun goodness. And, you know, I really haven't tried a lot of the Ticket to Ride maps, because Ticket to Ride is, I like the game, but it's not like my favorite game. That's why it's in this, you know, 40-ish. So I don't necessarily desire to try all the different maps. I know some people do. I'm just really happy with this one right here. But hey, if you have a map, I'll give it a try. But yep. So I love this box. It sits up high upon our calyx, just staring us down. So this is a contrast here. So here is our number 47s. I think number 47. This deluxe and oversized version of Ticket to Ride Europe celebrates years of thrilling train adventures for families and friends. 46. Let's go.
So, moving right along, we are going to play another space game.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Space games that you like.
Polyomino. What is it?
Oh.
Tell me.
Cosmic Colonies.
Cosmic Colonies. Yes, it is. So, in Cosmic Colonies, you are using your workers to give you certain little abilities, and you are then collecting resources and things like that, and you are trying to place these tiles, which are polyomino shape, onto your section of land space, right? And you're trying to fit them into this nice little puzzly thing. And I really like this game just for the fact that it is a really cool polyomino type game. Now,
And it has really cool little resources.
It has cool little resources, that's true. They're little mini...
Cool little bits.
Little mini bits. Mini bits. Anyway, so, Cosmic Colonies, really, really good. Although, someone says that there's another game coming out that might actually end up replacing this one.
It's not coming out. It's already out.
Oh, it's already out.
It's on our shelf.
Oh.
And it's going to be played soon.
Oh, I know which one it is.
It's called Planet Unknown.
But we haven't played it yet, therefore it's not on the list.
I think it might replace this game.
We'll see. We'll see. But for right now, this one, very much fun for me. I like it. Cosmic Colonies, my number 46.
Good choice. Okay, so we have another Days of Wonder game. Days of Wonder was back to back.
Days of Wonder.
So my last segment of 10 was like AEG. Apparently we're on to Days of Wonder. Although there's only 2 in this series. What could it be? Bright, colorful. It is Yamatai.
Yamatai.
I really like this one. Gorgeous game. You know, I love gorgeous games. But this is also very thinky, I really like that. You know, like this was on your last 10, so this is a one that was crossed over.
Yep.
So you picking up your action tile, you take the action. That action tile determines the turn order for the next time, and you're placing out your ships along these little routes, trying to surround these islands to different colored boats to put buildings out there, and it just looks cool when you're done. You can get specialists to give you cool abilities. And I love this. The thinkiness, the production, it's just a good overall game in my opinion.
Yep. Yamatai and Cosmic Colonies. Alright, so now we're going to move on to a flip and right. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Going for it? Going for it? Going for it?
Cartographers.
Ooh, close. Explorers.
Oh.
So,
a newbie.
You are exploring things, kind of like cartographers, and you're drawing, kind of like cartographers, and you're flipping and writing, kind of like cartographers.
Oh my gosh.
Which is why I like cartographers, because...
Oh my gosh, this is about explorers, not cartographers.
This is Explorers. This is a really cool little game where every game, you've kind of got some of these similar goals that you're trying to achieve, but you've got different ways that you place the tiles out and things like that. But the thing is, you place the tiles exactly the same for each player, so everybody's got the same board that they're working from. And basically what you're trying to do, you start from a certain point and you're trying to branch out and explore the different areas in the different land. And there's different rounds, and as you flip through things, you choose one of the pieces of land to try and mark off. Now the other person can choose the same piece of land and try and mark off just one or two, or what is it, two of the
Yeah, it's 2 or 3 depending on which one you choose.
Yeah, depending on which one you choose, you get to, if you choose the same one as the other person, then you get to mark less. If you choose the opposite one, then you get to mark more. So you kind of have to play that little game. But I really enjoy this. It's really cool because as you're branching out and trying to explore the land, there's different resources or things that you're trying to pick up and do and accomplish, different goals that you're trying to meet. Now you've got some of the same goals that are there all the time, but then you've also got different things that you can play that are different for each game, and you can try and achieve those goals as well. So really cool. There's enough variability in it that it doesn't get boring or anything like that. I have enjoyed all of our plays that we have had of this, and we've played it a few times. We've played it quite a few times. So I've really, really enjoyed this one. A new one to my list, that's Explorers.
Okay. Now, this one, I'm going to say, this one has dropped tremendously.
Ooh.
This was in my top 10.
What?
It is now number 45. And, I mean, guys, it's a good game. I just kept saying, I'd rather play this, I'd rather play this, I'd rather play this. And it is Castles of Burgundy.
Whoa.
This has dropped to 45. And some of it is because we have not played it. We really have not been able to play this one. But part of the reason is I really like to play games that are pretty. And I love this game, but I don't get excited and motivated to get it out.
No.
Because it's just so bleh.
Yes.
And so because of that, I'm just not as excited. But, whenever we do play it, I really enjoy it. So this one, everyone's rolling their dice, which you can modify with your worker tiles. There's tons of different actions you can take. You're taking these tiles. Everyone has their own board that you're trying to branch out and put all the different tiles. And there's different, you got buildings, you got farm animals, castles, all kinds of stuff that you're trying to connect and such. I really enjoyed this game. Now, let me say.
Here we go.
Okay. So right now as of this filming.
This is the end of May 2022.
The very end of May. And Castles of Burgundy is on Game Found right now.
Mm-hmm.
So Awaken Realms and Ravensburger teamed up, I believe, and they are doing a blinged out version. I'm pretty sure we're going to be backing it at some level because and because of that, I think this might jump up again next year because my biggest factor is it just looks terrible. I want a nice, pretty version, and that one looks a lot better. And you have dual layered boards, and the graphics is so much better. You got these castle miniatures, and I mean, and they also have these acrylic tiles that I might have to get because I love acrylic stuff. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna get that. So I think it's gonna make this game jump up.
The game, yeah, not this version, but
yeah. So like I said, I really like this game, but the aesthetic really pulls it back for me. But I think, like I said, I think it's gonna jump up next year because, next year or the year after, depending on when the Game Found gets delivered.
When it gets fulfilled, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that is my number 45 for now. Castles of Burgundy.
And Explorers. So as we move right along, we're going to move into the abstract world, and we are going to go into Mandala Stones. Ooh. Okay, so this is a pretty game, guys. This is really cool. Pretty kind of simple gameplay. We're going to do show and tell. Very fun. So the whole idea of this game is that you start with all these pieces stacked on the board. You have stacks of 4, and then you've got these little artists that are then moving in order to be able to pick up stacks of these stones of different colors. You're then going to put them on your own personal board, and then later in the game when you want to score those points, you're going to take one from a certain area, and you're going to do whatever the condition for that area that it is in, and that's how you're going to determine what points that stone gains for you. And then you're going to put those stones out on a central mandala, which is essentially just this spiraling out.
It's so pretty when it's done.
Of the stones, and it makes this really cool spiral pattern with all these different colorful pieces.
I love these pieces.
She is really enjoying this and taking over my entire segment.
I'm sorry. You shouldn't have picked this game. I love these.
I shouldn't pick this game?
Guys, these pieces are so cool.
These are really cool.
Well, at this point, I feel like we need to see how high we can get this.
Oh my gosh. She's going to crash it, and we're going to have a disaster. There it goes. Alright, so that's it. That is my number 44 Mandala Stones with all the pretty pieces.
So after a quick cleanup after me being a little kid, it's time for mine. And this is a new one to the list, and it's a newer-ish game. And that would happen to be this lovely big box called Dinosaur World. I've always wanted to try a dinosaur-themed game, but not too many jumped out at me. I saw when I said jumped out, I just saw like a raptor coming out at me.
Raptor.
Wow. Anyway, Dinosaur Island, not interested in it because the color scheme is terrible. So this one I was super excited about, and I really enjoy this. You have so many different things going on. I really hope to have you play this with me sometime. Please, 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 please. because it's fun. So you got like all these different tiles you can get and build the best and safest park for all humanity.
All humanity? Somebody is losing her mind. It's getting late here, guys, just in case you're wondering.
All humanity!
Losing her humanity.
You have your jeeples that you send to drive around your park, and you got these dino pads that you can place out where you get your dinos, and there's all kinds of different dinosaur little dudes in here, and you're rolling dice, collecting DNA. There's just so many things about this game. It's fun. One thing that I can't stand about this game are those boredom tokens. Yes, I'm going to rant about those every time I talk about this game. But besides that, I like this game, and it is getting late, so let's move on. That is...
For humanity! Alright, moving on. Now we're going to take a look at one that's kind of like a big theme, but shrunk down into a small package. So, this is another new one, and we're going to be taking a look at First Empires.
A big theme?
Big theme, because you're trying to like control space and like the whole world, and it's like a big area control game, but it's condensed down, and and the way you manage the different resources, kind of build your engine, it's just much more, boom, kind of punchy, and it's fun. It's fun. I like it, and there's a lot of like back and forth in the area control stuff, and so there's this constant like push and pull, and then you're trying to build up your build up your resources, and you're trying to build stuff up in
all different tracks.
All the different
do
tracks.
Different things.
Yeah, exactly. So this is
a new one.
This is a new one.
Like a brand spanking new game.
Brand new one. We've only played it a few times, but to me, it's kind of had a big impact.
This definitely screams you, because like you said, it has like some big concepts, but it's really simplified. And I still want to try this at like a 3-4 player game. We've only played this at 2 players on the 2-player side of the board, and we've enjoyed it. It's like battling it out for air control while rolling the dice and having fun moving up tracks.
Yeah. So this is my kind of big area control game, shrunken down. That becomes my type of game. So, First Empire, I like it.
Good choice. So, my game is a cooperative game where you are trying to save humanity.
Save humanity.
What could it be?
You already said pandemic. What is it?
Paleo.
I was gonna say, if you did Pandemic Legacy, I was gonna lose my mind.
This one, everyone's working together. You're trying to basically, you win if you put all the cave painting pieces together, and you.
How is this saving humanity?
I don't know. Well, you don't. What would it say? Your tribe fights for survival.
Fights for survival.
Yeah, yeah. See, there's that theme there.
All right.
So now I forgot where I was. So everyone has their own deck of cards, and there's like the day phase, the night phase. You don't want to get skull tokens because those are bad. And you're going to be drawing some cards. You choose which one, and you only look at the backside, and the backside gives you a clue of what it could be. And then you pick your card, and once everyone's done that, you reveal them, and then, there's different symbology and things you can do. You're going to be getting resources, trying to do these different achievements and stuff. This felt unique. This feels different compared to other cooperative games, where it's like, you draw this good thing or a bad thing happen. I don't know, it felt different to me. And so this one kind of stands out, and I really enjoy this one. There's a lot of different modules you can play. I mean, we need to play this one again. It's been a while, and I really enjoyed this one. Yeah. Where you're saving humanity.
Saving humanity. So there you have it. Paleo and First Empires. Alright, so there's a couple of themes that I'm going to carry into this one here. Okay, so we already talked about the fact that I like when you take kind of a big type of game and shrink it down into a bite-sized kind of a thing. This game does that. Now, I also mentioned earlier that Ticket to Ride wasn't necessarily one of my favorite games. So, if you can shrink it down a little bit, though, I actually kind of like it. And that's exactly what Ticket to Ride New York does. So it takes Ticket to Ride and it brings it down to 15 to 20 minutes.
Little baby Ticket to Ride
is just amazing to me. So if you guys know anything about Ticket to Ride, just like she mentioned earlier, you get your cards and you're trying to fulfill those goals by building out your tracks and putting your trains out and stuff like that, making connections between the different cities.
Super small board.
And this is
very tiny.
This is Ticket to Ride, just boom, shrunken down. And I loved this. When we played this, I was like, you know what? I don't necessarily like Ticket to Ride, but I bet I would like it if it was shorter. I bet I would. And this brought it down to, I think it was less than 20 minutes. The first time we played it, it was less than 20 minutes. And I was just like, that's my type of game. And I think Ticket to Ride London does about the same thing.
Yeah, there's some other ones too.
But we haven't played any of the other ones, so this is the only one that I've played that's in the smaller Ticket to Ride world. But I really, really enjoy it. So Ticket to Ride for me.
Well, I guess we kind of had a crossover in this 10 with two Ticket to Rides.
We did.
And we have another crossover with this 10 because I'm going to be talking about this here Star Realms game. So he's already talked about it. Space, deck building game. I really like it. There are a lot of additional card sets, expansion material that you can add to it. We have like the base and just a couple little extra things. But yeah, I really enjoy our little play mats of this. And this is just, one, a sentimental game as well, but two, I love this game, Space, and I love the deck building game. It's just awesome. So that is Star Realms, our number
42. So we're going to round out this list with yet another abstract game.
Go figure.
And this one's really pretty and really kind of like, let's call it minimalist looking, and white tiles that resemble Mahjong. We are talking about
Dragon Castle.
Dragon Castle, if I can pick it up. There it is. Alright, so Dragon Castle. Again, it looks kind of like Mahjong in the way that it's set up and kind of you're picking up tiles. Essentially what you're trying to do is you've got this kind of built out little central castle here, and you're trying to pick up identical tiles and then place them into your own personal castle building space. Right? So, and then as you put these out here and you build a certain pattern of them, you will then consolidate and flip them over. You then have the option of either building a shrine on top of that, or you can build upward. And so if you put the shrine on them, you can get points, but it limits your options of going upward, which when you go upward, it can give you more points if you put the shrine on top of that. So it's really cool, and you're essentially trying to just build the best castle of anyone. So, and then once you get to the bottom level, if you've only had one floor left in that central stack of tiles, then that's when the game is triggered, the game end is triggered, and then that's when you score everything up. And this is just a really, again, for me, it's simple, but a little thinky and really pretty. These tiles are just so nice. I love them. It's another one of those tactile feeling things for both of us. That these tiles just have that feel to them.
It's taken everything in me not to do a show and tell and pull these out. I am holding back because I've already done 2 show and tells this 10, right? So but oh my gosh, guys, these tiles are so cool. I love them. We need to play this again, like right now.
Right now. Woo! So that's mine, Dragon Castle.
Okay, so mine is a very hefty small box that is probably one of the more complex flip and write games to date. Hadrian's Wall. Guys, this box is so heavy because there's like tons of paper. Like half this is probably gonna be like paper.
Yeah.
Tons of stuff in here. This is a complex flip and write game. But
super fun.
It could be very daunting to someone very new to this game because you have 2 sheets, with a lot of stuff going on. The right side is a lot of these citizen tracks that you can do all kinds of different things with. The left side, you got your walls and your forts and your attribute tracks, and you're trying to increase tracks here and there and everywhere. But what's cool is there's a lot of chaining where if you fill in this box here. That gives you another worker, which you can use to do this over here. I mean, it is just back and forth chaining. I mean, so there's like multiple rounds, and you start each round with some workers and such from the card you choose, and you're basically trying to do as much as you can with that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's wow. So, it's awesome though, guys.
So this game, when she first brought this out and was like, okay, we're gonna play this, I was like, okay, flipping right, okay, I can do that. But then I looked at these pieces of paper, and there's two of them, okay, and both of them just like scream like, what is going on here on these pages? I have no idea. And it's just like, I could not take it all in. But then once you got playing, you start to make these little connections. Like she says, you start kind of linking things together and making a chain of events. Super fun. Yeah. super fun.
I was surprised he liked it. So
yeah.
Yep, so that is Hadrian's Wall, a complex flip and right game. That is our numbers 41. Whew, that is another 10, folks. And on this list, I got 4 new games to me. A couple of them, Dinosaur World is newer. Paleo is newer-ish. Well, Hadrian's Wall is definitely a new game, but Junk Art's been around for a while. So I've got 4 new games to me on
new to your list for this year.
And how many did you get?
I had 8 of the 10 games in this
Brand
list.
spanking new. Well,
we're all new
to
my list for this year. They were not on my top 40 last year. None of.
Not even
eight of these were not.
Not even Ticket to Ride was. I thought Ticket to Ride was on yours last year.
I told you though that Ticket to Ride is not necessarily one of my favorite games, but when you put it into a package like this, it completely changes it for me.
I just was surprised.
So basically the only games that I did have on there from last year were Star Realms and Dragon Castle. So those 2 were the only ones that remained.
Interesting.
But the rest, all 8 of them, were new to me for this year.
Well, guys, let us know which games you'd pick out of all these we went over. But we appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you on the next 10.